last a few seconds, as immediately the stone statue would split back into the two robots.
So, this was some kind of escape routine? For a minute there, I thought you two had combined into one. That would have been interesting.
As partially confused, Vegeta would watch with a raised eyebrow and his arms folded.
You will find out what we did now!
But with now far more speed and power than before, an unbelievable difference in fact. One of the robot brothers would blast forward at Vegeta with no fear despite the previous events, while mysteriously, the other would remain behind still, not uttering a word nor making a shred of movement. And in his speed, as he would approach, it would seem Vegeta would have no time to react, not moving himself. But as the robot would get closer, a smile would be apparent on the prince.
If only that face of yours could show expressions. This next part is always my favorite.
As ultimately the robot would then make contact, a direct hit slamming straight onto Vegeta's face. But for some reason, the prince's body wouldn't be moving back the way you'd expect.
Well, would you look at that? Even without expressions, it seems you toasters do experience fear after all.
As standing there unfazed, uninjured, and unaffected as if hit by a pillow, Vegeta would just maintain conversation.
Oh, this can't be! I gained so much power! I should be stronger! Oh, it definitely can be! Much stronger is good and all, but when the baseline is a weakling, the new power level is just slightly less weakling.
As violently and with speed, Vegeta's next move would be to grab right onto the robot's attacking arm and rip it straight off from its connectors.
My arm! He pulled that off too easily! Danger! Danger!
But as the robot would panic, Vegeta would continue to make observations, saying,
But you know, I can tell you one thing. You did become remarkably stronger. How is it you did that? Those bugs? Give me some, and I may spare your life for all the trouble you caused.
And it would be on hearing this, the robot would have a jolt of excitement come through his body. As reaching into his pocket immediately, the robot would let out,
Yes, ingesting these bugs will bring out a great power boost. For us, it has only made us slightly stronger weaklings, as you said. But for you, you will attain the power of gods.
As quickly with one remaining hand, he would then bring out the two more bugs, and a little too eagerly.
Good boy!
As Vegeta would then instantly take one.
Here, Broly, take this! It'll make our training even more intense. Maybe it'll make you a Super Saiyan, in fact.
Next, throwing it to Broly, who catches it in confusion, looking at the weird bug. But without question, following his prince, both Vegeta and Broly would then consume the apparent power-boosting robots. Their bodies would then lose shape immediately, turning into the same white viscous liquid. And just like the robots too, they too would proceed to crash down to the ground together and combine, rising and bubbling up yet again, and to form the same stone statue with no visible features again, almost a conduit before the two would split. He actually did it! It actually worked! And for a moment, the robotic creature would seem surprised what he said would happen actually happened. Ha 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 ha! Until in a strange scene, a cold and inhuman laugh would ring out in victory, lifting his fist, continuing, "You squishies will believe anything. Yes, I am stronger, but not without sacrifice. Brother, this is for you. Ha 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 ha!" Ringing out with even more laughter into the sky like a megaphone, as he would then turn to his brother, which was left behind, still unmoving, and say, "They do not know. I am stronger because your power became mine, but only after I killed you." As when we would zoom in, indeed, there would be no visible red eye on the robot, like he had been deactivated, like no electricity was left in the tank. And like the hunk of metal it was, it would then fall to the ground without noise. Now, you two, will you be able to make the same sacrifice? As when we'd rejoin Vegeta and Broly in a new dimension, potentially within the mind of this fused stone statue, it would seem they had heard these words from the robot. Both immediately turning their heads around, looking and looking, but seeing nothing but blank space, until finally, Vegeta would turn somberly to Broly and say, "Tch, well, looks like we were tricked, Broly. It was my idea, so I'll take the blame. But I'm not sure right now is the time I'm supposed to die." As Broly would coldly respond back, "Then I guess we have a problem." As in a final deadlock between the two, now face to face and staring into each other's eyes, the two would realize that perhaps this may be their final training session. But once we'd rejoined the victorious robot on the outside, it would seem we would catch him mid-sentence, having continued on his monologue for over 10 minutes or so now, finishing off, "I always win, always. Now I must return to Professor. My arm needs healing, and my portal magic is running low." But his sensors would soon start going, sending an alarm, when he would turn around and... what? Behind, an explosion of light would come from that supposed frozen statue. There is no way these monsters actually killed each other this fast! Shocking the robotic figure, who clearly underestimated the two Saiyans and their love for bloodshed, especially in the heat of battle. You just made a big mistake. As unbelievably, Vegeta would emerge from the fusion the victor, a scar across his eye, presumably courtesy of Broly, as not only that, with Ikari eyes on show and a more primal Super Saiyan form, one of legend, it would seem if Broly couldn't become a Super Saiyan, Vegeta would unlock it for him. As staring forward, pinpointed at the bot, Vegeta would let out,
For Broly, I'll make sure your death is slow.
As an explosion of pace, a flurry of yellow and green aura mixed, Vegeta, now with the legendary power and growth potential of Broly, would shoot straight for his conniving opponent. Brother, we are finished! As with Vegeta in a flash now straight at the robot's face, the fear and panic would set in. The only thing it could do in its very last moment being lifting up one of its remaining hands, as if that could stop anything until... Reverse Portal! Suddenly, a black portal would, the same kind which brought forth dinosaurs, missiles, and anything else, until... Just like that, Vegeta would fly through, unable to stop his own incredible speed. And just as fast, the portal would close, an exhausted figure left behind. His lone red eye beginning to blink on and off as the shutters would close. His final words being, "That was the last of my portal energy. Looks like Professor won't be seeing me again." But as his opponent would die, the portal would release a shooting yellow and green aura, leaving Vegeta to crash brashly on the ground of an unknown location, before then yelling,
What did that coward do now? Where am I? Who are you?
But in a shock interruption, Champa of Universe 6 would be seen yelling back and in close proximity.
Vados! What is this creature? He nearly hit me!
My lord, it appears to be a Saiyan. As in one final unbelievable scene, Prince Vegeta would find himself meeting his first god and angel, but it wouldn't be Beerus and Whis, as some way, somehow, the Saiyan from Universe 7 would find himself in a universe that did not belong to him. And this time, no ship would be able to bring him back. The story of the God Killer Vegeta is about to get a whole lot more interesting. But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag Universe6 in the comments down below and let me know what the hell happens to Vegeta now. Or just find out what happens right now on my Patreon, where you can see the full next video, fully voice acted, soundtracked,